Hello, welcome to Dungeon Rose Podcast. I'm your host, Justin. Today we're reviewing He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Volume 1. Written by James Robinson and Keith Giffen, with art by Philip Tan and Bob Mhan, with covers by Dave Wilkins. That's the Dave Wilkins cover. And the book also starts off with introduction, an introduction story by Geoff Johns. It's more like a side story that they just titled, I think, Chapter 1, where it's about random story. It's about basically these two kids running away from Beastmen, where they run into what's his name, Sir Laserlot, or that's Sir Laserlot right there, right? So this was like originally a digital exclusive comic that was reprinted, and this comic was pretty good. Ends with him getting captured by Skeletor and Evil Lyn and the other. What are they called again? Or are they just called? Are they just Skeletor's henchmen? Right. Also, I found my Prince Adam figure, That's the closest I ever got to collecting Masters of the Universe Classics He-Man, because if you know anything about collecting Masters of the Universe Classics figures back in the day, though He-Man was like the most slippery one, it would sell out within minutes. So yeah, this book collects issues 1 through 6 of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It starts off written by my arch nemesis, James Robinson, but I guess he was so crappy they replaced him with Keith Giffen. That's my dog barking. So I gotta keep that this short. Here's some of the art here. So the story of this book is basically it's basically about Skeletor and his henchmen have basically won over He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and stripped them of their memories, right? So, like, Prince Adam is living in like a woodsman hut with his father, King Randor, but their memories have been stripped, and they think they're normal woodsmen. So one day he gets visited by this bird, who is obviously the sorceress's magic, who is held captive at Castle Grayskull by Skeletor. And the bird basically tells him he needs to go on a quest, right? So while he's on his quest, he fights Beastman and runs into Teela in the desert, right? Where he almost gets executed by Trapjaw, but escapes with Teela. So here's Teela. She looks nothing like she does in the 80s show or the 2002 show. They get on a boat. They get attacked by Merman, right? They still don't have their memories yet. And in this story, which Keith Giffen takes over, they end up on a tropical island where they run into Man-at-Arms, who is the servant of Evil Lyn in this story, where they're about to get sacrificed by Evil Lyn inside this cauldron of doom, but where they escape and run into Battle Cat, who is brainwashed into defending the Sword of Power. Here it is. And He-Man in the last page of this issue, right? He gets his powers back. And after that, the spell is broken. Everybody has their memories back, and He-Man and Teela go and attack Skeletor's army, and basically He-Man wins, and Skeletor it gets beaten up pretty badly. he gets his jaw punched out by He-Man here, right? And basically is sent teleported to hell by his master because he wants to keep Skeletor from being killed. So I gotta wrap this review up. So I thought the interior art wasn't bad and the covers are amazing. My problem with this book is the dialogue is pretty bad at times, and the back and forth with Teela and Prince Adam gets really annoying. Prince Adam not whines a lot, but basically is kind of wimpy, and then Teela just constantly nags at Prince Adam, so it really gets annoying, right? And then there's the problem with the book where like He-Man doesn't show up until the last issue of this series, right? Which that's kind of a problem, but once he does show up, he does kick ass, though he still whines a bit. He still has like Prince Adam's whippiness, which I did not like. Cause if you ever even watched the TV show or like the 2002 one, once Prince Adam, who's kind of a slacker, becomes He-Man, he becomes like almost this different person where he's like strong, confident, and like charismatic, which he was in the 80s show, where he was like that pretty much all the time in the 80s show. Right? So yeah, I thought this book had its problems. I couldn't even finish it the first time around when I bought this book back a few years ago, which I bought this for like $17. It's normally 18 Canadian, 15 US. Right? But other than that, if you don't mind the dialogue here and there and the dialogue between Teela and Prince Adam, where they bitter like an old couple, I thought this book was alright. I'm giving it like 6 out of 10. Though the art is really cool, man. Look at that art by Dave Wilkins, man. Which looks beautiful, man. Look at that art. Yeah, so that's it for this review. My next review is going to be Venom, Volume 1 by Donny Cates. Alright.